lot of the new players don't really know the history of Splinterlands and kind of the evolution of where it started. And I really think it's important to let people know kind of where this is, where it started. So, Gank, tell me what it was like when you got on this game.
Man, so when I first started playing this game, if you guys are familiar with the alpha cards, that was the total game for the first year. I think, I mean, even when beta did come in, so alpha was 300,000 packs, but it was also way smaller amount of players. We're talking about hundreds of players, as opposed to hundreds of thousands of players as we have now. And so a lot of those packs sat there for a long time. And even when beta packs came in, which was 900,000 packs, not a lot of new cards were added. Their neutrals came in, and then eventually the legendary summoners were like the airdrop cards. But it was a pretty slow pace for the game early on. The level of complexity was very, very low compared to what it is now, and almost felt like it was a lacking, as far as like what I would want from a game. Now it's great, but like at the time, it wasn't quite complex enough to really feel like it was going to get to the level it needed to get to. But that changed as they kept adding abilities, and also with the introduction of rule sets. And then they introduced seasons, so that, and a leaderboard, and then started to like tweak that around to try to really make that efficient and able to stand the test of time, which they did a really good job with. But yeah, so that's basically the alpha deck. Just if you check out the alpha tournaments, get a feel for it. But very basic gameplay. 30 monsters, 50 monsters total. Not that much. So there's a lot of same sets, a lot of and back then, if you did the same exact set with same exact levels, it wasn't a draw. It would still play out, and whoever won. So that was
Because there would be like misses and stuff.
misses, or just whoever got to go first on that
Yeah.
important round. So it was just like it was like still a coin flip, but it was like random. But now, if it's the exact same setup with the exact same levels, now it's just automatically a tie, which seems fair.
Hmm. Nice. Game Boy, I know you had a question about how things were back in the day. You were talking to somebody. What was that? You had
Yeah,
something.
I've been watching some videos, and just recently, I watch Dwayne Cunningham, Crypto Llama, and Jarvie from Peak Monsters actually talking about how the game used to be. Back in the day, about like 3 years past, before they really had a market where, like us, we're blessed right now. We have Peak Monsters, we have card auctions, we can just use all these tools, or even within Splinterlands.com, the actual game, we can buy and sell cards, we can rent them, we can bid on them. There's so many different options. But back in the day, supposedly, you would, if you wanted to buy or sell a card from someone, you would have to be in the Discord and message somebody and be like, "Do you want to buy this card?" And they're like, "Yes, I'd like to buy it." They're like, "Cool," but it's not like it is today. That card might have been a $10 card, which was a legendary summoner maybe, and they're like, "Oh, should I send $10?" Like, I don't know, really. Like, okay, I'm gonna send you the $10. Please send me my card. Right?
Yeah.
What a
It's
trip.
nerve-wracking. Yeah.
I'm trying to think back, and I just cannot. I mean, I was not trying to sell cards really, and I wasn't necessarily trying to buy a ton of cards. I definitely bought some packs, but I was very content with just like grinding, getting my reward cards, like just putting in my time with that and grinding a little crypto for the wins and stuff. But like I cannot recall, like I would have thought that the marketplace was always there, but I mean, it's definitely possible it wasn't. Um, so I mean, it'd be interesting for me to go back and look to try to find out if I could see when my first like marketplace deal was. But I personally didn't. I wasn't into like the buying and selling or trying to like profit off of like, you know, buying a card and selling it in 2 weeks. Like I was more about, even back then, the journey, like what I'm always talking about, like to be, you know, just start the journey. Stop trying to figure out how to like profit off the game, and just start to absorb the game and pick up assets as you go through the game. And then one day you'll wake up and be like, oh damn, my account's awesome.